Well, here we go as we move into another series. Dan, psygib Effortless is coming up on our screens next. And again, I think this is another exciting one in terms of the duality of it, right? You've got another two players that we've always kind of had in the same group where it feels like you can see so much from them. Psygib definitely started to make moves ahead. Effortless, again, very enjoyable to watch in terms of the aggression he brings out as well. This could be a pretty fun one between the both of them going head to head.
I think so. I think in the earlier weeks we didn't see the best of Effortless, but he's come out back and he's put in some really strong performances in the last few weeks. psygib as well has done extremely well. I think he actually went up against Rafa very early on and nearly took a map away from Rafa. So that's credit in itself. And they're both exceptional players mechanically. psygib has shown more consistency and a slightly more effective all-round game. But that doesn't mean Effortless can't come to show and take maps away from psygib, who also has his own vulnerabilities.
Absolutely. That's why I think this one actually will be quite fun, because there's a lot going into it in terms of the confidence and aggression. psygib specifically as well. At times he can turn up and just absolutely hit like a truck in terms of the aim caliber and the level of aggression he'll show you. So that'll be fun.
Particularly on like LAN finals, right? He's not someone that's often stuck out as you would expect to make it far. Like, not that he's a bad player, he's just someone you know is very good, is in and around there. But he's consistently beaten some of the best players in tournaments. I think he knocked Cooler out of the last one, for instance. So, and that's when Cooler was actually putting in a lot of work and time, was looking strong. So he's just somebody, as we say, if he gets a hold of a game, he will take it away from you. And that's the big fear. If Effortless lets psygib strangle the map, he's going to find it really tough.
Well, let's have a look and see if the maps will potentially be a big question mark for this one. We do have the veto for the series. And in terms of what we're playing with, it's nice old school maps coming out. We got Molten Falls, Corrupted Keep, and Awoken to kick us off going into this one.
Indeed, we do. psygib loves a scale bearer, so that's obviously always going to come out if it's at hand. Corrupted Keep, we got Galena versus the Blazkowicz, which is fairly good matchup. I do really like Blazkowicz on that map, and ending up on Awoken, where we've got Keel, interesting, against the Doom. Interesting pick.
Oh, yeah. I mean, to be fair, I am quite happy. It's good to see BJ making a cameo. I love a good BJ, and having that on Corrupted Keep, I think, will be quite enjoyable, Dan, as he goes up against Galena. Starting it off again with another Molten, though. We've seen a few Moltens tonight, and all of them have been spectacular in their own right. It's going to be a fun one, purely because I'm looking at that opening champion pick that comes out for psygib. He's always been a meme machine on the scale bearer. We've seen that through and through. Every time he picks it, he is commanding with those heavy champs, and obviously scale bearer is just the best of the bunch for him in what I've seen.
Yeah, he uses it very effectively. You have to be careful with how psygib uses that orb ability. You're going to probably have to retain it quite a lot of the time as an escape mechanism, but also to chase down his opponent as well, because let's just forget how quick psygib can be on that scale bearer.
Oh yeah, that's the thing, right? It's always those heavy champions. You think about the stature of how much stack they have. Sometimes you often forget that they can be so damn quick. On a map like Molten rather, being speedy is going to benefit you. That's like the proper Cockney way.
So you did, didn't you? Granddad Molten.
For fuck's sake. Oh, I hate you, Dan. I bloody hate you. All right, then. Let's get into it. Molten's coming up. psygib Effortless. You cheeky git.
Starting over on psygib. The big man is waiting around up top. Doesn't have any range weaponry, but doesn't matter when you hit 3 tribots to the face. He's chasing down his opponent as well. He's caught him from behind, and this bull rush into the bum catches Effortless off guard. It's a rare sight.
I suppose it would. 40 seconds in, it's already kicking off. Madness being brought to the server on this one. Oh, but that's what I was saying, right? psygib, genuinely, the way he plays it on those heavy champs, specifically the scale bearer, he just has so much control of a map, Dan. He'll run away with it, time in, time out, and it feels like already we're starting to see that being shown. It is very early doors, though, so I won't get ahead of myself. As the Effortless, tons of time to work with here. Only 60 seconds have gone by, but the follow-up frag isn't going to be going to his camp. He does a lot of damage, and straight back in off the spawn. If he can find an opportunity to take a fight against psygib, he could at least get himself one frag and tie up the scoreline a little bit. But psygib, he's on that heavy champ. He's building himself back up. You wouldn't even realize they've had a fight.
No, that's one of the things that Effortless sometimes can struggle with is that he has so much confidence in his mechanical skill, he takes fights that might not be in his favor. And so, whilst he did a lot of damage there, it wasn't the right fight choice because, as you say, there was resources for psygib to fall back on. So it's about, yeah, understanding when to push and when not to push, as Caller would say. But nevertheless, it's only 2 frags at the moment, and he's slowed down the tempo, delaying this mega as well. psygib did jump back up, so a nice little play for Effortless here. Whereas psygib, he is hanging around, doesn't know exactly where his opponent is.
He's got his ears on though. He's having a bit of a listen to try and see if he can spot out where exactly Effortless is heading towards. Good pre-fire, nail after nail, being fired out, but none of them will connect. The rocket might do a bit of splash damage though. The one benefit it will have is it will spook Effortless slightly and cause him to deviate from the path he had initially set himself, keeping that heavy out of his grasp for now. psygib can make the rotation back over if he wants to. Both major items are up. Plays with the audio. Perfect time as comes at the bounce pad, but you are stuck against a wall. Effortless will leave you floating in the air and then throw you down to the ground as he gets himself his first frag.
Yeah, slightly overconfidence there. Wanted to take a fight. He knew how healthy he was, but that's not the fight you want to take. They do meet here. Initial opening rails. They do exchange twice. Both going to stick around. Neither one afraid of the fight. And Effortless, he's happy enough to keep railing.
Ooh! You're talking about rails though, Dan. psygib, he's got more rails than a train station as he comes flying round the corner and ruins Effortless there. He made me turn into an owl.
Why?
I don't know, it was quite exciting. Oh, I just wasn't expecting it. It was a good frag. He's back in for more though, Dan. As the rockets are coming out, Effortless forced back into a corner again. This is a scrap. This is what I wanted to see between these two competitors, to be fair, and it's looking good.
Anything that makes you go into an hour is going to be good. The rails back to back. Oh, so much confidence from Effortless to execute. Any one of those rails miss, and it's certain death for him, but psygib as well, showing he's not going to back down from this man fight. Oh, okay.
What? Effortless! Come on, don't lie. You're giving maximum effort with these rounds. Whoa! Off the edge, the ring out! Oh, goodness! What on earth is this game done?
I don't even know anymore. This is just chaos. They just want to. They don't want to fight. No one cares about items.
Yeah.
I mean,
the items are just background scenery at this point. It's all just about going in, starting stack v starting stack, and just laying down punch after punch.
Has a bit of one-on-one clan arena going on. No one wants to play Quake at this point in time.
Oh, good damn. I have missed North American Quake between players like this. This is where the true spice is. This is one hell of a saucy matchup. Bull Rush coming out though.
Nice use of the orb.
Look at the play with the dire orb, Dan. That's sick.
Ole.
Didn't realise you were Italian.
Mexican, mate.
Sorry, I'm not good at geography. Oh, it's been a while since we've cast together. It's quite nice. It's good to be back, mate. I'm enjoying the scenery as well, as at this point they're putting on quite a show here in the arena. It's 4-4, 5 minutes through, and this game has been carnage. To be honest with you, tuning in, you're wondering what on earth's going on. Don't worry, that's been the case the entire time. It's been back and forth, firefights, again, rush! Oh, what on earth? He's running around the rosies. The dire orb goes out, and the ray will connect from Effortless as he gets another frag back, barely surviving, but really leaving his mark here on Molten.
It looked like he jumped on a roundabout and just got stuck.
No!
Didn't know how to turn off.
Oh, God! It's like a learner driver. It's all gone wrong. He's panicking. This is a ridiculous series already. We're not even at the 6-minute mark, and there is some sheer shenanigans that are being displayed between this.
Although, to be fair, Effortless has slowed the tempo down and is just allowing psygib to run at him, and as we saw, running rings around him.
Effortless, giving the tetleys as he gets himself on the corner, listening out for the audio cue. 4 minutes of time left on the clock. The rotation coming in for psygib as he heads over. He'll grab both of the major items. And obviously for a champ as big as he is at the minute on the Scale Bearer, that's going to be a huge boon for him. So a lot of damage needs to come out here from Effortless. He can't afford to take many hits. Dire will play to escape.
Oh, that was a
goes
cute
straight
play.
into a coffin.
That was a cute play. I think you just clipped the phone. If he went over, I would have lost my crap if that actually happened. But unfortunately, it didn't. And psygib is back into this game 5-5. And somehow there's still 3.5 minutes remaining. It feels like we've been in this game for an eternity.
I know. Well, both of them have come into it. They've ripped the S key out of the keyboard, and they just have not stopped giving it to one another. Frag after frag. This is a hell of a matchup. In terms of a spectacle, this one is great. It's good to see both of them going head-to-head here. The issue is the head of Effortless is nearly peeled off. It's being held on by about a thread, but psygib can't quite cut it. He's got the scissors out, but he's missing.
Yeah, and there was the first time this game he actually went backwards, but he probably should have gone aggressive as he did so much damage to Effortless before, and Effortless is just going to jump around. He's switching once again, breaking psygib's ankles. Oh, it's very low. Effortless going in, but they trade.
Oh my goodness, Dan. They are in the playground and they are trading with Pokemon cards at this point. It's a 6-6 with 7 minutes and 25 seconds that has been played out. There's still so much time left for the ridiculous affair that has been Molten Falls between these two as the nails are being shot out. Effortless sustaining so much damage as psygib is not missing with the LG. Does frag him and does give himself, again, a 1 frag edge to build off.
Yeah. Effortless standing around too long without the right weaponry, and psygib manages to walk up behind him. He's now built himself a very big stack, so one would think he tries to take his foot off the pedal a little bit here. Effortless, though, doing some great damage. Double back there. Full rush comes out, but oh no, the one rail. Nice. Deadly split gate.
My oh my, shutting him down. As he'll tear him inside out, and this is not looking good. It's all tied up. There's been 14 frags, 7 aside. psygib barely steps aside, out of the line of sight there, running in with the gauntlet as he runs the gauntlet quite literally. This is going to be a death run for him. Surely he's done! Why on earth is there suicides?
How did he not kill him?
Mate! I'm baffled. This is absolute carnage incarnate between the
Quake
two of them.
in the upside down. Nothing's going the way it should.
Oh, it's like the Great Gas Elevator. It can go every which way.
Effortless is going to just go aggressive here. He's... All right.
Look at him. Oh, God,
I'm sweating, Jackie.
I am warm because of this match. This has left me moist, Dan. There's 60 seconds left, and it's been a hell of a game. Into the final 60, I don't know where on earth this is going to go. I mean, Effortless has given himself at least a 1 frag lead, and he is looking to play for the major items again. A small semblance of normality coming back into Molten, as he'll pick up that heavy, throw it on his chest. They've got a major item apiece to play with, but he needs to hit his shots. You've got to burn your way through that huge stack early on, and he is, but the rail comes in clutch in the last minute. Effortless needs to run. He can't afford to fall here.
No way.
What?
No way. Oh, so... Finally, he gets a frag. If he hit that first shot, Effortless would have got that frag and it would have been, yeah, GG. But we are tied at 8-8, 20 seconds to go. Next frag will be the winner. Although anything can happen in this game.
Yeah, you never know. Hold on to your horses. Keep yourself strapped in. If you've got a seatbelt on your gaming chair, probably engage it now, as this one's getting quite bumpy. 10 seconds left. 8-8. Hold on to your fillings, as it is about to get Larry here into sudden death. We'll see who is going to walk away as the victor in the first map. Will it be psygib, or can Effortless shut it down? psygib, of course, currently playing for the timing. He is situated close towards the heavy. It's up in 5 seconds, whereas Effortless has the edge to grab himself a mega and then start to make his rotation a little bit earlier. In terms of muddying the timing, he does wait, now swoops in and grabs it, so they've both got a good stack for the final fight.
We actually see a semblance of normality creeping into the game in overtime now. Both realizing a mistake will cost them, and every engagement so far has generated some mistake. So, Effortless playing in the mid-ground. That's where perfect audio cues are obtained. psygib would have less information than his opponent, so he's sticking around in the choke point. They're both delaying their major items as well. And actually exchanging on the same time. I don't think they'll realize that.
Nearly a minute's passed here into the OT. A couple of audio cues being given out there as, of course, the Tri-Volt's fired off from Effortless. They'll land and detonate towards the middle of the map by Heavy and give a small read to psygib. they can get the rotation off and exchange heavy items, that's probably the play they're going to go for. If he does hear Effortless drop, though, he has an opportunity to peek back onto him. He's set up with the nail gun right now. The worst possible outcome, though, is this Effortless can swoop in and snatch away that heavy. He gives himself a lot of extra stack to play with into this encounter. He does pick it up. Now you have to run the whole way over back to Mega, and you're being chased. Caught off guard. This is a big win for Effortless.
Yeah, really nice play there to get out. Using that rocket jump to perfect affection. Also knows where psygib is. psygib's barely moved in the last 2 minutes.
The miss of the rail could be critical, but the ball rush might make up for it, Dan! It's starting to get a bit iffy, though. How on earth are they both still alive off the back of this? We hit 2 minutes, and psygib, he's lucky to even be breathing. He's got to get over to Mega. 5 seconds till it spawns in. He'll hold, reading, off the back of the push. Here's him coming. You can dip out, but you've got to hit the shot. He will buff out the damage he's just taken, but Effortless's stack is still so much better.
Nice. One more will do it. He's going to go aggressive. He wants to end it here and now. He's going to... Will he double back? psygib is very much on the run still, picking up all the light resources he can. Effortless can double back and pick up the heavy. Got plenty of time for the Mega.
Yikes, both of them firing off almost simultaneously there. Oh, nice prediction as he adjusts his crosshair straight on towards the dire orb exit. Does do a bit of damage, but hides it away, running and really running as he tries to clear enough distance to keep himself alive. Near miss again with the rails. 9 seconds till heavy's up. They're going to duke it out for it. The psygib cannot afford to dilly-dally. He needs to run, but he can't because his legs are gone.
That game was Pepega, as the kids would say.
I didn't realise you were down with the kids, Dan. You'd learnt your Twitch chat memes.
Only in 2020 we get a game. I don't know. That would be being cool, mate. I'm in my granddad jumper. I don't even know where to start with that game.
No, that was carnage. I mean, I don't think we can do it justice in terms of what it was. Watch the VOD after the stream's done. Go back and catch that one. Send it to your friends and go, oi, have a look at this, because it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, that was one of the most entertaining but bizarre games I've seen in a while, where it was a cacophony of errors. Couldn't have written it better myself, but all credit to Effortless for stabilizing. I think psygib should unbind Bull Rush. I don't think it worked once in his favor. Nevertheless, some great shots coming out from both players, really, but more so from Effortless, showing us how powerful his mechanical skill is on his day. Like these early frags where he was hard committing with just the rail were bananas.
Banana split over the lip of the map. He ruined him, Dan. I think that's the fair point to go into. Both sides ruined each other, to be fair. It was only in the overtime, in the sudden death, where we actually saw some Quake being played, more so than just deathmatch. But I tell you what, I wouldn't want it any other way. It was really enjoyable to watch. It's the kind of sort of Quake you want to see at this point in the day. You get to 6 p.m, sat there, you sit down, all of a sudden you see psygib and Effortless going at each other's throats with that killer instinct time and time again. It's what I live for in this sort of game, Dan.
Yeah, that was Tetley's with a shot of JD, wasn't it? That was spicy.
Like a little shot of fireball.
And it's only map 1. There's so much action, it felt like it was all 3 games. But we're only map 1 in.
And that was only like 13 minutes of Quake, which is why it is so absolutely ridiculous. There you go. It finishes it off just as we hit the 3-minute mark. It was a 9-8 split.
4.7k versus 3.3.
Wow, that actually gives a bit of a clearer picture to it. It's surprising Effortless did that. Nearly like 5k damage. That's a lot.
It is a lot. Just brawling from start to finish.
Well, that was the course of the game, right? From the get-go, we did see that every time psygib would die, he'd be coming back in with a vengeance and just running his way through them over and over again. Effortless does take the win, though. He picks it up. A hell of a scrap for the first map. Will it be changing as this series goes on? Only time will really tell. I don't think we could do justice predicting where this is going to go down, as it seems quite unpredictable.
Yeah, I'm not putting anything on the line here because I have zero idea what was going to happen. We're probably going to see a 0-0 on this map somehow. After all of that, you know, these players are unexpected. But no, in all honesty, these two, I think, more of the same. Just going to brawl. They both got champions you want to fight with. Glenna you want to fight with. BJ you want to fight with. So, more of the same.
I hope so. I'll be living for it. And we are heading our way back into the keep. But who is going to be taking the lease on this one? who is the landlord that will be kicking out the unwanted guest. As we head into the game early on, then a couple of shots being fired out. As Effortless will just hold back and wait for the adjustment to be made. It seems like we will probably have a scrap over control of Mega early on.
Effortless laying the groundwork, getting those totems out. Whereas psygib's running the map, picked up both major items now, and he's got the dual ward up. So this is timing. This is a timing for him to go aggressive, but having learnt his lesson on Scale Bearer, he's not going to be pushing in and hard committing. He's trying to take it slower. Interesting from Effortless to try and commit in that situation. Great aim from psygib. Speechless, Jackie.
Somewhat off the back of how this is going. Already we're seeing frags raining in, right? You take a killer piece. Started off nicely. Effortless at least with the counter here. Rocket after rocket. It felt like it was going to be a free frag. But as he transitions to the shotty,
okay,
he won't be able to. Instead shut down. Bullet to the cranium there. The HMG coming out of nowhere and sideswiping him off his feet. So psygib already with 2 frags on the BJ, cleaning up and looking to take the fight right towards him. He does have that akimbo locked and loaded in the back pocket if he wants to pull out the second gun, but won't waste it. Keeping it instead, of course, so we can use it for a manner of control. It's super effective at being able to win those encounters. You put that dual wield when you're near either the Mega or the Heavy, you're not going to fancy your chances of trying to fight for it.
Yeah, and a much more normal opening to this game as respect coming out from Effortless. psygib just maintaining position, not overcommitting. Early uses of dual wield, the twice we've seen it now. Preventative.
It's one of the better ways you can use it. It's normally where obviously we do see a little bit of love given to it, unless you get into an encounter where you need that extra bit of juice and you pull out the second hand to just get it done a little bit quicker.
Yeah, the cooldown's not that great, and realizing he had some time bars to fall back on as well. Better safe than sorry. He's also controlling the major items very well. Effortless hasn't had a single Mega as of yet.
He's on turret duty at this point. Rather totem duty would make more sense. There's no iron in play, as he is just trying to locate where they've been placed and then shatter them, stopping Effortless building himself to that position of getting a free overstack. And he's really stacking on the damage on top as well. Effortless, quite broken at this point in terms of his overall sustainability. He has to back off. They fight for control of the Heavy, and once again, of course, he'll pop out the dual wield. As the akimbo comes out, he will attack him and leave him dead in his wake. Absolutely decimated there by the barrage of rockets, Dan.
Yeah, not the cleanest kill. That's why we see Effortless stabbing his authority in the mid ground here. He knows he's actually got more stack than psygib now. But that rocket definitely neutralizes that. That means he can push in very fast for this Mega. Will it just be in time? No, it's half a second too late.
It's a 1 frag lead. And he's just sniping at him as well. Bullet after bullet going out to at least slow down psygib as he repositions. But Effortless has to build up that stack. He hasn't been allowed to actually get any totems down as well, really. Every time he gets one placed, it gets fouled, it gets broken. So he's not getting anywhere near close to giving himself that little bit of an edge off the base of his active ability. And he's suffering a lot of damage here. He really wants to fight for Mega, and he is actually going to get it. It didn't look good, though, in terms of the early encounter. Now the shoe's on the other foot. psygib has to back off as he arrives on Heavy. The bullets will finish him.
Yeah, but he's using the totems in combat, so you still get the same effective HP, right? And so it's still a good use because he wants to fight and he's using them at the right time.
Cheeky placement on that one. Cheeky angle as well. Could be quite saucy as he drops himself in with amazing timing.
Nice!
Not only the Mega, but also another frag. Unfortunately for him, it will be a trade, though. A stalemate as we equalize the split. 4 frags to 4 frags as we go into the 5th minute.
Very back and forth. Neither one has grapple control. psygib has been the closest person to doing so, but Effortless has done a great job at all times of just doing enough damage to unsettle him. Don't go up the jump pad.
Oh, this could be rough,
Oh,
especially
wow.
with Effortless being on point with the rockets at the minute. It does a lot of damage, but it won't matter, as it's the LG that wins the encounter. Effortless turns the corner and is left in a shocking position as he loses that one. psygib again, wanting to double down, switches to the shotty, and you would have thought the range would have punished him, but it does not. He succeeds again, now building himself a good lead down with a 2-frag advantage. LG just tickling him. Shot after shot going out from the vertical flick. It's looking good to cause a stalemate. Obviously, in terms of the split, though, this should be Effortless getting himself a heavy and now having a way bigger stack to work with. psygib in a slightly worse position, but he does have the high ground. That means it's an edge, especially when he catches him off with the audio cue. Does pop out that dual wield a little bit early, and this could haunt him. Now you don't have it to fight for control of the Mega, so you better grab it and dive.
Yeah, but he's shut Effortless out, and Effortless is pretty unfortunate not to get a frag there. A little bit careless going around the corner. He did 2 great back-to-back rockets and thought he did enough. psygib stood his ground, saw Effortless coming too aggressive and caught him with that lightning gun, and unfortunately it's been a bit downhill since then, but Effortless has now got himself back on the board. If he gets this next Mega, he's in a really good position to continue with the oppression.
Leaving him feeling quite deflated, and also physically looking as such, as that LG did not miss. Burnt its way through everything Effortless brought to the table. psygib building himself back up as he drops onto the light. Rocket after going out, and one of them will connect. That's the pivotal changer into that encounter. Now Effortless can't fight for the heavy, has to concede that, and it gives psygib a little bit of an edge, and he keeps that lead with the 2 frags. He's right behind you. It's like a panto.
Still a near 2-frag game though, so Effortless doing the right thing. If he's not in a position to truly contest and doesn't feel safe, better be safe than sorry, because you just want to keep in the game at this stage. No need to take any risks.
No, you're right. There's no point going for a bit of a thrill ride. Obviously, just play that slower style at this point. Literally just base your entire game off the major items to keep yourself topped up. Do a bit of damage, fall back, so you could just buff it out and keep the ball rolling. He does have a 2-frag lead, but that could be made up with the amount of time that's left. So if he runs anything too risky, Effortless could get back into the game. A direct rocket, though, will deny that. And this should probably be a 7th frag connected. Switches to the HMG, but can't quite find it. Chasing him, and he's really doing damage. The predictive rocket will finish him, as that is beautiful.
Yeah. Good play by psygib there. I'm not 100% convinced that this late into the game you need to be using your totems to try and get an overstack. Like, Effortless chucked that one into the corner up here. If he had that, he might have survived. But at the minute, it's none and void. He has managed to get himself a good stack, though. He's pinned psygib. He comes back in knowing he's going to die. Best case scenario, do as much damage as you can.
Pump him full of the slugs and leave him low into the next encounter, but you can get him low. Can't finish him off though. And Effortless, now you're 1 frag away from actually making Keep a winnable prospect here. He's just got to find 1 frag in the next minute and 10 seconds. That's entirely doable. Then if he stays alive and avoids the encounters, building his stack back up, and most importantly, getting 1 more totem down, he's in a great spot to work his way through this into a sudden death.
Yeah, and psygib has nothing to work with. He's only got a rocket at this point in time, so if Effortless can find him in the mid-range, he's in with good chances. Sticking around way too long, you can just chase him down. So much time before the next major item. psygib's on the run here. Effortless knows exactly where his opponent's going. He's caught him. Can he catch him?
Used to get him hook, line, and sinker, and right now it feels like Effortless is starting to sink under. He can't breathe down as this is getting quite suffocating. psygib just running away. He's going to get frustrated with this. Tries to use the vertical rocket to send himself flying quickly behind to catch up with him. Has a sneaking suspicion where he is, but he goes the wrong way. He's not got much time. Adjusts, spots him out. It's a game of cat and mouse as they're consistently twisting and turning. He's got him low, but he's only got 15 seconds. He needs to catch up with him and frag him right now. Perfect rocket jump. Spots him on the angle. The LG could pay off massively. He is low. Switches to the shotty. Gets it at the last possible second. 5 seconds remain before we go into that sudden death now, 7-7.
Yeah, and the dual wheel got pop in that encounter as well, so psygib is really living on the ropes. There's no major items up, he's just going to hide. Nothing else he can do. Effortless, he thinks he knows where he is, plays it safe. will be picking up this heavy, and as long as it secures the map, always back.
He's heard it. He heard the thunder footing beneath him as he flicks back around, shooting off warning shots and now chasing him down. LG tickling with a couple of bullets being landed on the follow-up from the HMG. And Effortless is keen for this one. He wants to commit in, but he knows Mega's up, so there's no point rushing it. Play the basics and win a standard game.
Absolutely, and making sure he controls the items is pivotal. Because you can see psygib, he's not leaving his little area of security over in the side area. As soon as he hears Effortless go for that heavy, he feels more confident to go and get a light, but Effortless actually took away the light and he's found him here. psygib hasn't touched an item for a good 2 minutes and he will be going down. Really nice play by Effortless.
That was really clean. That's a good way to shut it down on a great map to win in that fashion. Another sudden death, Dan. A lot of OT assault coming out tonight.
I mean, it's been all season, to be fair, and it's something we discussed a bit before, and I think it's just the way in which the level's increasing and the players are homogenizing in skill. They're becoming so closely matched that it always generally goes to the wire, which is exactly where we need to be.
Oh, yeah. It's what we wanted as well. That was another great game, though, especially down to that chase, where it was literally one frag with 5 seconds left that would decide if Effortless went into the sudden death or not. That, for me, was the cherry on top of that matchup. That was a really exciting bit of Quake.
Absolutely. There's still so many areas that Effortless has slipped up on, but you can see he's definitely recomposed himself. There would have been times in previous weeks where he might have let more go for free, but just staying in the game, playing a slower pace, he has such a great skill set, and taking that map away from psygib, which was psygib's map to win, he had a lot of control in that game, shows great composure.
Oh, yeah, dude, it's one of those things that I've always said, like, Effortless, when he turns up and he just comes to play, you know it's going to be a really good day. The man can genuinely slay in just map after map. Yeah. He's sick. It's just sometimes it feels like it gets in his head a little bit. So I'm glad to see there was no signs of that today. He just played some solid Quake and he was popping off. The rockets he was delivering as well were unreal.
Normally we shout about his rail and his LG, but his rockets in that series, actually I think his rockets have been his best performing weapon in both maps so far. Look at that damage coming out from the rockets alone on both players, to be fair, but there were some pivotal rockets from Effortless's side for sure.
I think it's also the fact that it's not even reflected in the stats in terms of the sheer impact it had. If you're looking at a weapon that was netting him like impact frags, the rocket was the one that was doing that. Some of the close encounters that he was able to force into a trade just off the back of him hitting middies, that's the sort of stuff you need to see coming out, and I'm glad Effortless is displaying it. It was really sick.
And now he's got 2 maps up on psygib. I don't know. I mean, the way he's been playing, you would definitely favour him going into map 3.
Oh, absolutely. And at this point, map 3, based off what we've seen, it's probably going to be exhilarating. These have been really crazy tempo games the entire way through. Like, keeps fun at the best of times, but that was something else.
We are going on to Awoken, so there is a rail back in play now. Obviously, psygib's favoured weapon. And Effortless picked the keel, which was a bit of an unusual pick. We have seen it played on this map, but it's normally done in select situations and matchups. So, wondering how Effortless is going to play this one. We will see.
Yeah, always a bit of a curious pick. I think we've seen psygib play it quite a lot. Rafa tends to pull it out. I don't even understand how on earth he's been able to survive that and win that one. What are we looking at here?
So many pineapples.
He's literally been given a fruit salad. And he's come away with the kill. All right, well, there you go. That's the first frag round. Effortless on the kill. Not wanting to kneel, as it seems like he'll be standing tall into this opening 30 seconds of the game. That was a bit of carnage. Hopefully this next encounter will be a little bit more standardized as he finds the flick, the rail coming back into play, and clearly he's happy with that, as he does lay down another frag here on the psygib, and he's not slowing down either. Pineapple's being shot out, so much damage done. Effortless is content to take fight after fight off the back of the spawn, and he's wielding the railgun like a shotgun.
He is very low though, so I would expect psygib to go back on the aggressive. Effortless needs to be careful going into this area. He has stuck his ground a little bit too long. Bit of a frustration as well coming out from psygib. Nice back-to-back rails, 3 in a row! This is the trouble now, is that he is a very big, juicy target, and if psygib finds his feet with this rail, this is where it becomes difficult, because Effortless is going to have to play a slow-paced, calculated positional game until he gets firm control.
Yeah, that's where it hurts him so much, right? In terms of the matchup you've got, psygib on the Doom, you can make this map so easy. You can get from one side to the other, like all you do is hardcore parkour around London. It'll just be simple for him, Dan. And at that point, Effortless won't be able to keep control of major items, and that's the edge he has. Being on the keel, if you have all the major items, you can soak up so much damage. It doesn't matter you're a little bit slower into the fights, because when you get there, they're going to be so terrified of you. At least he's backing it up with his actual aim at the minute, though, as he's still hot. Continuing on from the previous 2 series, he is hitting every single shot as another rail flick is found. psygib rips from the inside out, and that has given a free frag lead to Effortless here. We're only 2 minutes in. This is looking more like Molten Falls again.
Please be more like Molten Falls. Effortless managed bounce himself across, but it actually works out in his favor as he confuses psygib, but psygib bounces back onto the heavy. Yeah, he's not entirely sure what is happening right now.
Little question mark coming out in chat. There's no time to stop and communicate, as he is really swinging sweet songs with that LG tags. He sends him flying straight out the map. This is crazy. This has been a ridiculous series from start to finish.
It has, and psygib doesn't want to back down. He just wants to keep going, but this is definitely not the right choice.
Oh no, you can't take this fight to him. He's too big, man.
He's running into Terry. The tank, what?
Okay. All right. Well,
that was unexpected.
That was a bit unexpected. I thought he had been saved by the map geometry. He got stuck on the wall and dropped himself back in, but it's not going to matter. Effortless. He's just torn the man in half. This is ridiculous. He looks like Eddie Hall out on the server tonight.
He's hitting everything so far, and he is definitely feeling himself. psygib is not being the most careful either, to be fair. But doesn't matter. The golden railgun.
Yeah, dude. He's quite looking like the golden gun with the way he's using it, because it's just destroying psygib at every turn. At least there is a bit of a bite back, though, from psygib. Hoping to play for the early peak. If you come through the teleporter, you'll be regretting it, but he does not. Instead, keeps his distance. They're going to fight over control of the heavy here as we hit the 4-minute mark. But of course, psygib swoops in just a little bit quicker. He still has to build back this large lead that Effortless has found, though. At least timing-wise, you've got 6 minutes left, so there's tons of time to do it. You don't have to rush things. And psygib's got a good positional advantage. Locking down the middle of the map, where he can roam between the major items, this is going to be the key to his victory.
Yeah, Effortless definitely wanted to play a slower tempo than psygib is. We've seen that psygib's preferred attack choice is going to be that mid-range lightning gun. At the moment, the rail isn't particularly working because Effortless is hitting just as much, if not more. But for me, psygib needs to be more calculated in his choices of attack, because going up jump pads is not the best. And yes, he got the frag, but at what cost? Look at the stack now. Even with the mega, it's not going to be enough. And in fact, will he even get the mega? He does just about.
Five minutes have lapsed at this point. Here we go. The brawl for control of middle.
Okay.
And that is not going to favour psygib. Effortless on top of the situation, and on top of him quite physically there with the way he played that one. Keeping it going as well as the LG is going to tear him a new one. Hits him with a Rhino once again. Now has 11 frags. And he's not stopping, Dan. Pineapple's going out for his escape play. 1 second till Mega's up. He'll grab it. And that just refuels him, ready for another fight.
And we can see the reason why he's picked kill. Because, you know, psygib just wants to brawl, and so he's just giving himself the extra stack advantage and the additional pineapple booming to support that. So it's worked out to perfection so far. I mean, we're already 5 minutes in, and it's 11-6, so there is a lot of time left for psygib to settle down and forge himself a comeback. But as things stand, the tempo of the game is favouring Effortless.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you what, he is booming. Metro booming his way through this one as we hit the 6-minute mark. He gets tag after tag. Chip damage galore coming out. psygib surely he's going to fall to the floor. The LG licking him upside the face. He has to pop the berserk to hightail it out of there, which he will. But all that does is speed up the next encounter. Finds him lurking towards middle. They both have to rush over to heavy. psygib forced to just pick up whatever scraps he can find with the light armor by his legs. The jump up coming out from Effortless, and again the LG ends him. Not resuscitating him, leaving him dead.
And you can see psygib is just trying to run in and take a fight. And this time he does come out with a trade, which is absolutely the best he could have hoped for. Some incredible aim, but it does reset to the point where it doesn't make a difference on the scoreline, and that's what counts now.
This is so sick to see, though. It's great to see Effortless just coming out swinging and playing that Quake that we expect to see from him. We know he can go absolutely wild at times, and this is one of them. The kill pick benefiting him massively as he nearly blows himself to high hell, but instead, it's just going to be a wake of terror left in his path. We're at 7 minutes, and the lead is just getting bigger for Effortless.
It's carnage.
It is indeed, Dan. Just pure, unadulterated madness with what we're seeing. So damn gory. His Effortless is on the cusp of glory here. If he can get himself this map win on Awoken, that'll be all 3 of the maps taken today against psygib. That'll be a good buffer of points being given to him. In terms of the timing, a bit of a 360 and a rail to the back, meaning that he will have to retreat for the meantime. Time is the big question mark, as the frags aren't the commodity anymore. It's going down to the timing, of course. The psygib pushes in, but he still loses out. It's another one for Effortless, as he just outplays him on the angle.
And it really is approaching the time where it might be too little too late. That is exactly what he needed, but look at the spawn. Effortless spawns right on the Mega, just in time. And he's incredibly healthy for the next wave of attack coming from psygib, and you know it's coming.
Come bearing gifts, but this is not going to be a gift for psygib.
Yeah.
This one's gone. It's been stolen. At least it's a single kill, as his map will go flying out through the hole there.
But there's so much time for the major items. Just watch Effortless come stampeding back in. He's even going to get a frag. Nothing that psygib could do. I mean, it's probably even wise to let him live here, so he can go pick up both major items. But Effortless, not merciful.
No. A true ruler. As he has just got a grasp on the game, and at this point it feels like the series has been put to bed, right? There's just not as much as a fight back coming out from psygib. He's trying to hit his shots, he's looking to do whatever he can, and at least he's packing a punch. The possibility of him finding enough frags to bring this one back to a sudden death, it's unfortunately out of his point. There just isn't the time for it to physically be manifested. Especially when Effortless is just going to nail to a wall as well.
What a fun series that turned out to be.
Oh, it was crazy. From start to finish, this one was really enjoyable. Like, in terms of the twists and turns, Molten was madness, and it just kept on giving from there. I think Effortless has truly came to play tonight.
Yeah, he definitely looked focused and on it, and mechanically as sharp as we've seen him, really. And he definitely rattled psygib. Psygib didn't look his normal self, and that's credit to the way in which a lot of the attacks would have worked against other players, but Effortless was just pulling rabbits out of the hat.
Unfortunately, the only thing that it seems like the psygib's going to be pulling up is daisies, rather pushing them up, because he's going down. He wants the gauntlet frag to close it as well.
You douchebag!
The saucy
I respect
boy.
it. Yeah, I respect it. I would have done the same.
You got him, man. It's the confidence move to make, coming in looking like Butcher Pete, trying to chop that meat, but he couldn't. Not quite at the end. But he does get, of course, all of the points from that series. Takes the full 3-0. So that'll make up for listening out on the gauntlet kill, at least.
All right. It's moving up the leaderboard. That's,
yeah,
2 results today from people down there that are now starting to move up, and Effortless is forging himself as someone again that is out to take blood off the bigger names.
It's good to see. I think it's something that we were asking for a while. Like, obviously, I haven't seen too much from this season as well. I was curious to see what the progression would be, and Effortless just coming out tonight, playing some really solid Quake. The rockets were on point, the rail was there, the movement was clinical as well, and even on some quite funky champions that were brought to play, Dan, he just looked damn good.
He did indeed, and like I said, I think it was first week I casted him, didn't look that particularly good at all. And ever since then, he's just taken week after week and began to progress and show us why he's in this league and why was respected and is seen as one of the most mechanically gifted and best duelers in the NA scene. So come back with a plum, and it's good to see when he can pull on a show like this.
That's what you got to do, man. It's one of those, right? Sometimes if you get yourself into a bit of a state, give your head a wobble and come back stronger. And he certainly come back stronger. Absolutely cleaned up tonight. That was a hell of a series. In terms of just enjoyable Quake as well, aside from the scoreline, for just what that was when you get both of these brawlers into the arena, that was a really fun bit of Quake and a great matchup to just show off what North American Quake can look like when you just want one of those scrappy games, when you've got two opponents that are damn good mechanically and you let them just go at it.
No holes barred. Royal Rumble in the ring.
Yeah, tables, ladders, and chairs. Benefit is, I think Effortless had control of all of them, and those little kendo sticks.
Yeah, it was a painful day for psygib to go up against Effortless when he found his groove.
It was indeed. As soon as he got into it, he was just cruising his way through into that final map. Scoreline obviously quite close towards the end, but in terms of commanding that one, he was really leading it the entire time. These are the post-series stats, though, with Effortless walking away with a big old win.
It was big, and all of his weaponry came out in full force today. He showed us different aspects of his game. We saw aggression, we saw defense, we saw good mental fortitude, particularly on the second map. I enjoyed that.
Good, man. I enjoyed it as well. The first map was particularly quite interesting, Dan. There was a lot of good moments. Good to be back with you, buddy. I have missed you, but we will not be missing any action, of course, as there is a lot more to go down tonight. We're heading into the two featured fights of the night, and of course, it means DJ Wheat will be joining us to conclude the action today. So don't go anywhere, as it's about to get a whole lot more interesting.